Hello and a warm welcome to World This Week by Latest Laws. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos. My name is Vasvi Bhatia and let's begin with Supreme Court this week.
The Supreme Court, in the case titled National Highway Authority of India versus Madhukar, while setting aside an order of the Patna High Court, has held that in India, every state action must be fair, failing which it would fall foul of the mandate of Article 14 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court bench in the case titled Union of India versus Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam and others quashes directions of Madras High Court, which said that the reservation for economically weaker sections in the NEET can be implemented only after the approval of the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court. The Apex Court has said a caretaker or servant can never acquire interest in the property irrespective of his long possession, and he has to vacate the premises on owner's demand. The Supreme Court, in the case titled Dr. Pratik Rastogi and others versus National Board of Examination and others, dated 27 September 2021, questioned the National Board of Examination, National Medical Commission and central government over the last-minute changes to the syllabus for the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Exam NEET, PG Super Specialty Exam 2021. The Supreme Court, titled The State of Madhya Pradesh and others versus Somdat Sharma, dated 29 September 2021, has given their views on the issue whether the Irrigation Department of the state is an industrial establishment under Section 25 of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 or not. Next, we have the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court rejected a bail application of the accused charged in relation to the allegations levelled against him qua the alleged commission of offences punishable under sections 120B, 198, 199, 200, 420, 468 and 471 of the Indian Penal Code on the ground that his son conspired for making the false COVID-19 report. The Delhi High Court, while hearing an arbitration petition, reiterated the Supreme Court and stated that in cases where one party has the right to appoint a sole arbitrator, its choice will always have an element of exclusivity in determining or charting the course of dispute resolution. Delhi High Court has directed Supertech to deposit Rs 50 lakhs out of the outstanding 1.79 crore in the home buyer's account within a week to show its bona fide to the court and state an order of the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission until October 4th. Next, we have the Bombay High Court. The Bombay High Court has issued a long set of guidelines to protect the identities of the parties involved in proceedings under the Prevention of Sexual Harassment of Women at the Workplace 2013 Act. Next, we have the Kerala High Court. Central government has assented to the appointment of 2 additional judges as the permanent judges of the Kerala High Court. The notification issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice notifies that, in exercise of the power conferred by Clause 1 of Article 217 of the Constitution of India, the President is pleased to appoint Justice Raman Anitha and Justice Nair Haripal. Next, we have the Patna High Court. The Supreme Court Collegium, in its meeting held on 23 September 2021, has approved the proposal for elevation of the following advocates as judges in the Patna High Court: Shri Khatim Reza, Shri Sandeep Kumar, Dr. Anshuman Pandey, Shri Purnendu Singh, Shri Satyavrat Verma and Shri Rajesh Kumar Verma. Next, we have the Gujarat High Court. The Supreme Court Collegium has approved the proposal for elevation of the following advocates as judges in the Gujarat High Court: Mrs. Mona Manish Bhatt, Shri Sameer J. Dev, Shri Hemant M, Shri Sandeep N. Bhatt, Shri Anuradha May, Shri Neeral Rashmikant Mehta and Shri Nisha Mahendra Bhai Thakore. Next, we have the Chhattisgarh High Court. The Chhattisgarh High Court, in the case titled Late Radhesham Pathak through legal representatives versus Kanhaiya Gond and others, observed that once the plaintiff proves his title, then the defendant has to plead and establish the plea of the adverse possession. Next, we have the Jammu and Kashmir High Court. The Jammu and Kashmir High Court, in the case titled Shaheen Ahmed Ware versus Union Territory of J&K and others, observed that provisions like preventive detention must be used only in cases where ordinary law is not sufficient. Next, we have the Allahabad High Court. The Allahabad High Court observed that the meaning of gang under Section 2, Subclause B of the Uttar Pradesh Gangsters and Antisocial Activities Prevention Act 1986 has 2 parts, and both these parts are mutually exclusive. The Allahabad High Court, while hearing a PIL regarding the steps taken by authorities in controlling noise pollution, the court observed that the government officials despondently miscarried their duty to regulate noise pollution and to crack down on such vehicles causing noise pollution through the modified silencer, hooters and pressured horns. Next, we have the Rajasthan High Court. Rajasthan High Court bench, while dealing with the protection plea of widow and her partner who was married, denied police protection to the widow and stated that their relationship does not fall under the ambit of live-in relationships and highlighted these relationships as purely illegal and antisocial. Next, we have the Punjab and Haryana High Court. Senior advocate Amarpreet Singh Deol has been appointed as the new Advocate General for Punjab. Next, we have Guwahati High Court. Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia, inaugurated the District Court Complex, Vokha, and also the first of its kind child-friendly court in the state named as Children's Zone, located within the complex. Next, we have the Karnataka High Court. The Karnataka High Court has held that breastfeeding is an inalienable right of lactating mothers, and this important attribute of motherhood is protected under the umbrella of fundamental rights guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Next, we have miscellaneous news. Jitendra Gogi, one of National Capital's most wanted gangsters, was killed in a shootout inside Rohini Court. According to initial reports, 3 shooters who had come to kill the gangster were also killed in the crossfire. Chief Justice N.V. Ramana expressed deep concern over shootout inside the crowded Rohini courtroom here and spoke to the Delhi High Court Chief Justice in this regard. CJI Ramana spoke to Delhi High Court Chief Justice D.N. Patil in this regard and advised him to talk to both police and the bar to ensure that the functioning of the court is not affected. The UPSC said it has opened an application window for women candidates to apply for the National Defence Academy and Naval Academy Examinations 2021. The government of Haryana has told the Apex Court through an affidavit that sincere efforts are being made to remove the blockades due to farmers' protests against 3 farm laws from interstate roads and national highways and to resume the free flow of traffic. India's antitrust watchdog has agreed to Google's request to keep confidential some information the company provided during an investigation into its business. Though the regulator denied allegations, it leaked a report on the probe to the media. Delhi's 30 Hazari Court orders in-camera proceedings in domestic violence case against singer Honey Singh filed by his wife. Iconic Bombay High Court and Mumbai University buildings will now be open for tourists as part of heritage walks during weekends as the Maharashtra Tourism Department inked an agreement with respective authorities. The National Investigation Agency Court dismissed Mumbai police officer Sachin Vaze's appeal to be kept under house arrest for 3 months for recovery post-heart surgery. Vaze will instead be shifted to Taloja Jail Hospital. Finally, we have the international news. Conservative Justice Samuel Alito defended the US Supreme Court's increasing use of the emergency shadow docket to decide major political and social issues without public deliberation, saying the process has wrongly been portrayed by the critics as sinister. Morocco's Foreign Minister Nasser Bourita and the EU's top diplomat Josep Borrell said that in the communique that they would take necessary measures to ensure the legal framework guaranteeing the continuation and stability of trade between the EU and Morocco. Britney Spears' father was removed from his controversial role as his daughter's guardian on Wednesday by a Los Angeles judge, ending a long and bitter legal battle by the pop princess. Thank you and have a nice day. This is a weekly program. To get weekly updates, subscribe to our channel. Latest Law is also hosting the first National MS Rathi Memorial Moot Court Competition, the dates for which are 20th to 21st November. Go ahead and register for the same to win up to 1 lakh in prizes.